Travis almost got beat up or something at Ikea?
Yeah.
Who gets into a fight at Ikea?
Nobody except,
You're all fighting over that $100 couch?
Are you and your life partner shopping?
No, me and my wife.
Honey, a plastic coffee table. We need one of those.
We bought all of our
Do
furniture.
you get it? Their stuff is cheap.
It certainly is.
So you're at Ikea?
Yeah, we're at Ikea because we just moved into a new apartment.
So you gotta go to Ikea.
Yeah, so we need everything.
Yeah.
It's the poor man's furniture store.
Yeah, it really is.
Where you put it together yourself with pins and twisty latches and not enough Allen keys.
That's all we did.
But it looked like wood on the box.
And
Pressed wood.
oh, the press board.
Pressed board, yeah.
Who hasn't yelled, "It's stripped! It's stripped out!" And then you got that one little latch that keeps turning and turning. Little screw.
Oh, yeah.
I
had a couple of those.
You gotta watch that.
So we bought a lot of stuff. So we rented a U-Haul van to bring it back from Long Island because we went to the one out on Long Island. And so we're carrying all of our stuff out to the, you know how they have kind of like a loading area where you have to bring your car from the parking lot?
Oh, yeah.
And there's only certain amounts of spots. So a lot of people are holding spots, waiting, for somebody to go get the car. So we get all of our stuff out there, and I'm about to go to get the U-Haul. And this guy pulls in to the spot that my wife is holding.
Uh-oh.
And she doesn't... She likes to speak her mind.
She doesn't. She's not as diplomatic as she probably should be under certain circumstances.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the guy gets out of the car.
What'd she say to him? Like she's standing in the spot?
She's standing outside of the spot, kind of on the sidewalk.
We have what she said.
You.
So now she's outside the spot.
So
you're
she's
going
outside
to
the
get your
spot.
car. You're still there?
Yeah, I'm maybe 10 feet away, and then I hear her start telling this guy
Can I stop you for one second? I hope the women that are listening right now are listening very carefully.
Yeah.
Because we're going to teach you something today. We're not as tough as you think we are.
Look at me.
Right, go ahead.
Please.
Continue.
So she starts telling this guy,
Probably thought you were a lamp.
So she tells this guy, this is our spot where he's going to get the van. And he's like, I'm just going to be a minute. I'm loading my stuff in. She's like, that's what these spots are for, so that we can load our stuff in. You have to wait just like everyone else. And he's like, I'm just going to be a minute. And he's
Was he being rude to her?
He was being very short with her.
Well, the guy is being a tool. I'll give you that.
Well,
why would he pull in there if you're already, waiting? You gotta wait your turn.
Exactly, and she's like, look, see, other people are holding their spots. She's like, this isn't just something, we're doing.
Yeah.
Let me ask one quick question,
Yeah.
to devil's advocate. Was his stuff ready to go and he had his car there while you still had to go get yours?
Yes.
So maybe on a technicality you were right, but she probably shouldn't have engaged the guy if his stuff
You know why?
was right
Because there would have been a problem. Let me tell you something. Quickly. Won't interrupt your story at all. I was,
But you are.
No, I was online
Because she was in the middle of it.
at the bank one day, and this chick had a tongue. I can't say online at the bank anymore without thinking that. I was online at the bank, and some guy goes, I'm in a big hurry. Could I please just get in front of you? And I was like, all right. Worst thing I could have said. He goes to the window. 20 goddamn minutes. He's trying to cash drachma or something. And I'm sitting there. I could have been done. So no, you never let anyone in front of you. Ever.
No, I don't even mean that. I think you're right.
Shut up.
I'm only saying, though, because if he had his van there, almost and his stuff in his van, he was ready to load and go.
What if something was missing? What if something of his was broken? Now he's still got to talk to the guy about this. No. You were in line. You were right.
And
of course, a little more diplomacy, perhaps, but...
Something was missing. Travis's muscles.
Any hint of masculinity.
You should have seen me trying to carry some of this stuff.
Oh, my God.
What, the styrofoam peanuts? The packing peanuts? The bubble wrap?
So everything's kind of fine. And she kind of lets the situation go, and we kind of give in, just let this guy do his stuff.
No.
And then
you
she
gave
says,
in. She didn't give in.
Well, she's the only one fighting. I personally
But
couldn't
she
have
was
cared
hoping.
Well,
less.
Travis is a man and he understands the consequences of dealing with other men.
Yes. So everything's fine until he turns around and she says, "Un-effing believable," and you could see in his eyes he
switch.
Got that switch, and he runs up to her and gets about a foot away from her and starts pointing at her, saying, "Don't you effing talk to me like that," blah 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 blah. And
any good curses?
Yes.
You know what you need?
What?
A gun.
I do need a gun.
If you would have pulled a gun out on him, he'd have shut the F right up. Right up! He was threatening my wife with bodily harm.
Was he threatening her or just yelling back?
Doesn't matter. That close?
He was
threat.
He
I
was
perceived
way
it as a threat.
Too close.
He was ready to strangle her. I had to shoot him in the head 10 times.
Yeah. You could tell that he was not the type of person that respected women.
Okay. Was he on the show?
Hello. Yes. I need my IKEA furniture, please. Listen, you.
So I jumped in the middle instinctively. Of
course. Instinctively.
Come on, I know. I'm 125
As what,
pounds.
prey?
Yeah.
Are you really 125 pounds?
I'm between 125 and 130.
That's adorable.
Little
Cute.
guy.
Got a girlish figure. But, so I jumped in his face because, it's your chick, you're not going to...
You have to. Now you've been put in a position.
Now you have to because
she
got
in front
you
of
into that position.
All right.
So I'm telling him not to talk to her like that, et cetera, et cetera. He's saying, he's saying she shouldn't even be talking to begin with. And she
shouldn't be talking.
Yeah, and she's yelling at him, while
like the way he thinks.
Yeah, she said she shouldn't be talking at all.
At all.
And she says, "I'm a grown woman, MFer, blah blah blah." He's like, "Your husband's about to get his ass kicked, this and that."
Oh no! What a
this guy is nuts. I see it in his eyes. I'm like, I'm going to get my ass kicked. He's like, he's going to knock me out.
I hate this guy.
Yeah.
I don't.
No, I hate this guy. I don't agree with your wife's tactics.
I hate this
here.
guy too.
But I hate this guy. Because if you were a bigger guy, he wouldn't have pulled that crap. No effing way.
Yes, he would have.
Why? Was he big?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
Wait a minute. Just tell me if I'm right.
No.
Shut up.
Well,
why would you tell Jimmy to shut up?
I'm kidding. I love Jimmy.
No, he was.
All right.
So, I calmed the situation down. I assure him that I don't want any trouble.
Oh.
Because, come on, I'm not going to get into a fight. It's not going to be a fight.
Oh, your wife's not looking at you the same.
Not even because at the end
you gotta leave that situation bleeding, missing a few teeth.
Yep. Now you're committed.
No, believe it or not, the only thing she was upset about was that I got involved at all because she wanted to see if he was going to hit her.
Yeah. Here's exactly what happened.
That kind of would have been cool. Then, you could have had his furniture, too.
Yes.
That guy's a creep, you're right. He's a complete
He's a ghoul. He's a bully. An ass bully.
He is, but he's a nut. He's a nut, and I completely fault the woman for saying something. I like you. She's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
I completely fault the woman because they get involved on a level like that guy couldn't hit her. He wanted to hit her because he's arguing with her. So he's got to say, your husband's going to get his ass kicked.
Yeah, but why did he have to say that? First of all, he's got no problem with Travis at that point.
He didn't.
Travis is stepping in defense of his wife, and then he's like, your husband's gonna, not even directing it to Travis, like, I'm gonna kick your ass if you don't keep her in line. It's, your husband's gonna get his ass kicked? How about my husband has a gun? Oh, you gotta get armed.
Well,
Armed citizenry. It's the only way, the Old West.
It keeps going. So
Christ, no.
So I calm everything down. I go in to get the last, truckload of furniture that we have waiting inside IKEA, and he's finishing up. He was actually very quick. He's finishing putting his stuff in his truck, and
good for him.
And my wife,
oh no,
God bless her.
Oh no. Okay, here's where it all turns around to completely her fault.
He's getting in the car. It's over, and she says, "Happy Chinese New Year."
Oh, okay. That's nice. But it's not anywhere near there.
He was an Asian.
Oh, okay.
And he gets right out of his car again. And I turn to him, I'm like, what the F are you doing?
Oh,
He
no.
comes right back. He says, you really want a problem, don't you? And he's looking at me. He's not looking at her. Oh, my. And I'm like, I do not want a problem. I was like, just calm down. Everything. I don't know what to say.
Boy.
Absolutely. Because you almost want to go ahead. Do it. Do what you got to do, bro.
Right. That just did not have to be said. I'm like,
No, you might have had to just lay him out. You might have just had to accept the fact that your wife is wrong, but you might have had to just blindside him with a kick to the groin.
At that point, you close your eyes and hope for the best.
And just get that surprise shot. Because let me tell you, after part one of this, he didn't think you were going to do anything.
No.
So his guard's down. You come upside his head and just keep pounding. You have to.
Yeah,
you left. Could you go back there and pick up your genitalia? Because you left it in the parking lot of Ikea.
I disagree. I don't think Travis did. Travis is a small guy. He's not coming off like a tough guy. The other guy was a jerk. But when a woman runs their mouth at a man, like they put you in that position, and they do it. Women do it. They run their mouth at men because they don't understand the consequences of dealing with men.
The way this guy dealt with that situation was wrong, though. As a man, whether he's a nut or not, is wrong. I've been in that situation with women. I told the story about the movie theater when that Hispanic woman went into battle mode because my girlfriend decided to tell her to go F herself because she was making too much noise.
They're quoting battle mode on instant feedback.
Battle mode. That's one thing because it's a woman and they're yelling at each other. And both of us men were like, the guy just looked at me and went, well, she put her in battle mode. And I'm like, all right, it's two women. What are we going to do? But when a guy does something like that to a woman, whole nother story. You got to throw out the window any reason and logic on the part of maybe your wife was wrong and do everything you can to make sure she's okay and stick up for it, even if it means getting a punch to the face.
I agree with you, but like that guy was leaving. I'm not saying that Travis should let his wife get hit, but I'm saying like he didn't leave his genitals anywhere because that guy was leaving. He was going. When it was all done, he didn't mother F you on the way out,
leaving feeling like he got away with something. Good for her. She should have done more.
So what happened?
If he felt like he was getting away with something, he would have crap talked him on the way out.
No,
but he didn't. He just left.
No, he
was nuts.
left. He left really wanting to kick my ass, but not. You know, and so she says that he comes back. He's every other word is he's just dropping F-bombs at you want a problem. I'm going to kick your ass. This other guy now that was kind of like, how Ikea is kind of like a map where you go around, and everyone, you're kind of going with the same
been
people.
there. I have no idea what you're talking about, poor person.
Well, this guy, this guy who we were kind of like, shopping near the entire time, now he's out. And so he is defending me now. He gets in this guy's face.
Oh.
And this guy just starts yelling at the guy who's defending me. He's like,
it's like
you
my
want
bodyguard.
Problem? Yeah, this guy was nuts. He was looking to just fight.
He was a problem.
Someone.
Yep.
Yeah. And so now he realizes that everybody's watching, and he gets in his car.
And also it's 1.5 versus 2.
Yes.
1.5. Wait,
Thanks for the compliment.
Versus.
Oh my god.
All right, hold.
Oh my god.
Boo.
See, I should have went with 1 versus 1.5.
Yeah.
I gotta go back to Betty. Bye.
Oh.
But I'm not even. I know, Travis, you got to defend your woman. You have to, man. But it's almost like the fact that a woman, and this is all women that do this, they would put their man in a position to have to be confrontational. It's like, do you know nothing about the animal kingdom?
No, you're right. You're right. That should never be done. But once that line is crossed, you can't go back. You're past the point of no return.
Patrice told a great story.
Now you got to be the guy.
Yeah, but he was the guy. It doesn't mean punching the guy because he did defuse it. It got diffused. The only
reason it got diffused, and I'm sorry, Travis, is because Travis completely backed down to this guy.
So
the guy was in his face.
And then
you get to the point where you're going, I don't want any trouble.
I don't want any trouble.
Yeah, I know you don't. But
look at me.
I know, and I'm sorry for your little waif-like body, but it's like, at that point, you can't think about, oh my God, what she did or said. You could yell at her when it's done. Oh, could you yell? But at that time, you gotta defend.
But he did.
But
He
why
stepped in
should I
between
be
them.
Why should I take a punch for
You
something
should
that
give a
she
punch.
said?
I completely
When that guy
agree.
starts with his effing and this and that and the other thing,
It's tough.
bam.
It's tough not to.
You were being
take a swing at the
assaulted.
guy.
Yeah.
Then she yelled something racist at the guy on the way into the car when it was over?
What?
Absolutely not.
She wished him a happy new year.
That is true.
What the hell? That was kind of nice. What, she's supposed to know what day that is? It was our new year recently. What the hell shouldn't she say that?
Women have that protective thing of men are not supposed to hit us. They deep down never believe that they will. They don't understand what they think they do, but they really don't. They don't.
Chivalry.
There's our
and
music.
honor.
I don't think Travis lost his, I think he did the right thing. He stepped in.
Oh, we lost that years ago. I'm kidding.
I wanna apologize to Than. Travis's story got us all talking during the walkover.
Certainly did.
And I agree with Jimmy wholeheartedly that that would probably cause a little rift between you and your girl. But on the other hand, I think, I don't know, as a guy, you have no choice. You got to go into freaking fight mode.
You wanna keep from having to do that up until the point where you cross that boundary, where the guy then confronts your chick. Then you're obligated as a guy to step in and defend her. You could use diplomacy at the very beginning to see, like, hey, what's going on here, kind of thing, and maybe that will sort it out or help to bring it about a peaceful ending. But if the guy's in her face, pointing from a foot away, yelling at her, and you gotta punch him.
Well, also,
it doesn't matter who's right or wrong here.
Also add that the guy got in Travis's face and said something like, "You really want a problem."
Yeah.
So,
Travis, I know what you guys are saying, but Travis did step in front of his girl. He stepped in front of his girl.
Yeah, but stepping in front of, and then the guy threatening him like that, it's, and the only thing, Travis he backed down enough where the guy was like, all right, I'm satisfied. I showed him. You can't let him walk away like that. That guy should have been decked on the friggin' pavement in the Ikea parking lot with his cheesy furniture sitting up on the loading dock.
I disagree because the guy was obviously like, you know how you pick up a sense the guy was a problem. There was something like he was like one of those guys that was going to snap. And it's almost like you always read stories, and this was an avoidable confrontation.
Yeah.
You read stories about people that get shot over parking spaces.
Sure.
Or stupid Travis would be laying there with a busted jaw, missing teeth.
But he would
and then
still
his
have a
wife-
sex life.
But then his wife's going to go, wow.
But then you sure have something to hold over her head. Go, look at what I did.
Yeah, then you feel worse. Like I tried to stand up to my girl and I got the shit beat out of me. At least this way you stepped. I think Travis did the right thing. Because it's not like she said, sir, could you do something? And then the guy motherfucked her. That's different. That's 100% different. Where your rage should come up. Where you should be in fucking fight mode. But it wasn't like she was being polite and said, hey, look. Like, the guy actually, even though he was maybe being a dick, said, like, I'm just going to be a minute. And whatever, was running in. And Travis didn't even have the car yet. And that guy was a fucking problem. Because the other guy stepped in and the guy didn't back off. He was like one of those guys.
Right.
Who the fuck knows what's going on with him? So you got to think, man, you're dealing with other men. And the woman provoked it to that point. And then the guy's going to leave, and he didn't point at Travis and say, fuck you, fat. He didn't say anything, right? He was just getting in the truck to go. He was done.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you're on. Oh, poor Travis.
Yeah, you're on. You nervous Nelly.
No, I'm not nervous.
Oh, poor Travis.
In 3 years, I'm not nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah, she...
yeah, you're not nervous.
He was...
Shut up.
No, I want to make sure that I get this story correct because apparently I missed a little part. Where,
okay. Clear it up.
Where he came back and started...
With nunchucks?
And no.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Good. Now I forgot where we were.
He came back and started with her again while I was inside the Ikea.
Oh.
And
now why the fuck did he do that?
I was inside the Ikea.
This little dick motherfucker that just had to have a big day for himself over at Ikea.
And I come back
out.
Fuck
you.
I come back out and he's getting into his car and I said, you know, you really shouldn't talk to women like that.
Yeah.
And he got back out of the car and tried to, you know, the guy was a problem, like Jim keeps saying. He was looking for a fight. So he keeps, you know, motherfucking me, telling me I'm going to get my ass kicked, et cetera, et cetera. And the situation calmed down again. I don't know how I calmed down the situation, but, like, I didn't want to get into a fight because
He didn't either, actually, or he would have just punched you in the face.
Exactly.
Bruce Lee
Yeah.
or Odd Job? What body size?
probably more Bruce Lee.
Yeah?
Yeah, way more Bruce Lee.
This is
than
a
Odd Job.
culture that shrinks their women's feet. So
Right.
a woman back-talking him, that's a... I'm not
Exactly.
saying he's not a cunt. The guy probably should be backed
The guy
over.
was fine until she cursed at him. Like, she didn't say anything, like, until she said unfucking believable.
Yeah.
He was fine.
And he didn't say, hey, she didn't say, hey, fuck you.
Yeah.
She just, the situation, unfucking believable.
She just said unfucking believable.
And then he's got to get out.
Said, what did you say? And she said, it's just unbelievable how some people are in this world.
You want to hear a funny story?
Well, how are you doing? He's an older son.
Ready for you yet?
Kenny,
Sit there,
don't
hold
worry.
tight.
I got it.
All right.
There's a reason you're
Don't be direct.
Don't worry. We'll get to you, you dope.
Hey, but I gotta get the smoothies.
Like the smoothies are the most important
When the
thing.
fans are downstairs freezing.
Well, have Paul go grab him. He's not doing anything else.
Club Soda Kenny is an OCD freak, and he's got a list of things that he just
I know,
constantly
and
needs
he's
to check
freaking
off.
out.
And the longer he waits between checking off stuff, he gets freaked out
Yeah.
and makes him babble and fuck up the whole timing of a radio show.
Yeah.
Kenny.
This big story.
I was like comic relief.
No.
Without the comic.
And it wasn't relieving at all.
Go ahead, Travis. What were you saying before man interrupted you?
She said that he had spoken to her when you were inside.
Yeah. And I came back outside, and he was getting into his van, and I told him that he really shouldn't talk to women like that. Mm-hmm. And he got back out of his van and got back into both of our faces, and he said she shouldn't be talking at all. And then she said, Yeah, and she said, I'm a grown fucking woman. I'll talk whenever I want.
Yeah.
I can say whatever I want. I'm a grown woman. Which, she's right. When he said she shouldn't be talking at all, then I knew what I was dealing with.
Oh, maybe he said that because she's Canadian.
Maybe. Good point.
Why didn't you punch this guy, really?
The guy needed a fist in the face. I'm sorry, Jimmy. He needed to be blindsided when he was talking and thinking he had it all. Because it looks to me, was he in a posture that looked like he was going to punch?
Absolutely.
You should have fucking wailed him.
Then take
Just
your-
wail him right in the fucking ear.
Take your-
Just so he goes, bong!
Take your plastic
Ring his bell.
plastic furniture and hit him over the head with it.
Yeah. It's fucking-
Maybe I'm not saying you're wrong. Maybe I should have.
No, I don't think you should have at all. No.
Oh, you...
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's macho to say you should have.
No,
and if,
I
if
know.
a guy is
You're
physically threatening your woman, you absolutely you should bite him. I'm not saying that you shouldn't ferociously defend the person you're with, but in that situation, I would be so angry at my girl because if the guy
Because that guy was acting like a douchebag.
No, because-
that more important than they were. He was more fucking important than they were to get his furniture first. Fuck him.
You're right.
Fuck everybody that thinks like that, too. You're more fucking important. Go fucking screw, man.
You're
that
right.
guy needed a punch before anyone said a word.
You're right. But
Douchebag.
you're looking at it from the point of view of like, I don't want to be bullied either. But that guy, if a guy is a fucking a problem, and there are people in the world that are just
Everyone's
like
got
that,
problems.
Travis did the right thing. Because he would have been laying in the hospital probably with a broken jaw. It's
Maybe.
stupid.
Or the other guy would have been sitting there going, oh, oh,
Well.
with his van spray painted with fucking symbols no one understands. I hope his grandma gets hit crossing the street somewhere on Mott.
That's
hitting a very personal thing for
They're
Anthony.
constantly getting run over up there, down there.
Kenny, do you have a story?
Oh,
Hey, funny you should ask. It's kind of anticlimactic, though, after his terrific story.
Well, climactic, but
Yeah.
climactic.
yeah, whatever.
Whatever.
No,
Like Excedra over there.
me and Jimmy
Ephedra.
Me and Jimmy had a similar situation. But Jimmy played the role of the woman.
Oh, go ahead, please. Feel free to let's get this one out on the table. Go ahead, go.
Oh shit!
Go ahead. I look forward to this one.
Shit. Jimmy's winding up.
Oh, no, go ahead.
All right, this story has some legs.
Yeah. No, we were at this club, and Jimmy's been playing these like small Adelaide
Shit
places.
houses.
Yeah. To work on all his new material. He's got an hour of great material now since his HBO special. So we were leaving this place, and there was a pizza delivery guy parked in the fire lane, blocking us in. All right. I tried to pull out. I couldn't pull out. I tried again. I couldn't pull out. So I go into place to look for the guy. I find the guy.
Hold on, it's in between shows, and we're going to go back to the hotel for a little while. I like to go back, relax for a bit, and then come back for the late show.
Sure.
So we're on a time schedule.
Right.
Yeah, the sooner you get back, the more time you have to relax.
Yes, in between shows.
Understand?
So I go in the place, I find a mope, and you got to realize, like, it's like a 40-year-old loser, probably like lives at home with his parents, minimum wage,
fat.
Delivering pizza. Yeah, fat, ugly.
For nobody.
Exactly. Stuck in this, shithole of a town.
Just miserable.
Yeah.
That went to Jimmy's show.
No, he was delivering pizza.
Okay.
Delivering pizzas.
To the hotel. I was working in the hotel, delivering pizza.
Yeah. So I go, look, pal, could you do me a favor? You block. He goes, I'm not blocking anybody in. So right away he's like arguing.
I'm not blocking. No, you are.
I go, yeah, I can't get out. Could you just, are you done? Could you move? And he's insisting he's not blocking anybody in. So like, probably nobody even like talks to this guy other than like give him the address to deliver a pizza.
Sure.
So now like he's got an audience and he's got a little bit of the upper hand. So like he's busting my chops like, I can't believe I'm not blocking anybody in. I know I'm not blocking anybody. I go, look, you're blocking me in. So I'm just like letting him ramble on because we're walking, like we're making progress. Right? So we get out now and now he proceeds to show me how stupid I am that I can't get out.
Instead of just moving the fucking car.
Right. So Jimmy's sitting in the car waiting, all right, and all of a sudden, he just starts screaming at the guy out of the window.
I'll tell you why. You're forgetting one line here. Okay, but I'm the woman. Meanwhile, this cuckold has been fucking knocked around by the fat pizza guy. I'm in the truck, and I can see the guy's on nobody. It's not like, because Kenny could murder the guy, and that annoyed me too, is that this guy is talking to a guy at Kenny's side with that phony fucking feeling of protection.
Yeah.
Like, he won't hit me because we're civilized. And Kenny was being polite. And then I hear the guy go, well, how could you not back out? I mean, you're a man. I could see if you were a woman and you couldn't back out, but you're a man, aren't you? That's what he said. And I'm like, would you move the fucking car? I screamed from the passenger. But it wasn't like he was some big guy that Kenny was trying. He was a fat nobody who was shit-talking Kenny.
Yeah.
And it annoyed me. I never shit-talk with bigger guys around me, and I was so aggravated. And the guy's like, don't curse, I won't move the car. And I'm like,
that car will fucking move.
Fucking car.
That's what I said. I'll run this thing. I'll run it over.
I was so aggravated.
Oh, I hate people.
And the bottom line is, so the guy moved the car, and then me and the guy just started screaming at each other. But I wasn't out of the car in the guy's face. What's he going to do? I mean, I knew he was going to do nothing. And it
call
annoyed
him
me.
a fat fuck.
Yeah. I think I did, right? I screamed at him again. Like, fuck you.
Because then the guy's yelling at me like, if he doesn't shut up, I'm not moving.
But it's not like the guy was being polite and I was just yelling at him. When he said to Kenny, well, if you were a woman, you don't know how to draw. I wanted to fucking smash him. So nobody was so I'm being the woman. I'm like, will you untuck your dick and tell him to move that fucking car?
Kenny has a weird sensibility about him.
Because he could kill the guy.
Yeah, he lets people, like, when we're driving in the morning, I see people do ridiculous stuff with their cars, cutting us off, and Kenny's just like, oh, look at that guy. I'm like, look at that guy. Get out and beat him up.
Kenny has a murderous confidence.
Yeah.
Because he's armed. Like, like, when I'm with Kenny, it's good to have him there and stuff, but I don't fucking...
Is it really?
No, I mean, personality-wise, it's horrendous. All right. It's like dragging a bag of fish around.
Thank you. Let's finally put it on the table. Is he really that much fun to be around?
No, not at all. It's like bringing... It's like
if you need a cough syrup, he's great.
He's the man.
But to actually have a one-on-one conversation with about something going on with in your life.
No, I agree. I should be to a wall. I should be seen and not heard.
But did I ever start a fight with anybody on the road? Did I ever?
No.
See, no. And I'm with a big guy who's armed, and I still would never. But that little fat guy.
Yeah.
Fuck it. And I wouldn't put Kenny in a position where he had to get into a fight for me, unless the guy started. Like if that was a big guy and they were having that discussion. I mean, I know what Kenny can do. I would have just I never would have shit talked. But I saw he's this little fat cunt. Yeah. And it drove me nuts.
So Kenny, sorry, I know you're, why was Jimmy the woman?
No, I was just saying because like he was yelling and antagonizing the guy when like I was making progress with the guy.
Progress? No, the guy didn't deserve for you to make progress.
You don't make
his
any
big
progress.
threat also is I won't move my car. It wasn't even like I'm going to kick your ass or his ass or something. I won't move the car. That's when you just go.
Or lift up your jacket for a split second.
Because I'm not ending up in jail.
Not allowed to brandish.
You know, I could have beat that guy to death.
But who's looking?
Yeah.
And he comes from the school of who's looking.
And we knew Kenny could beat him to death. And that guy, whatever he was doing, that phony I fucking hated him for that. Because Kenny wasn't being rude to him.
Yeah.
As polite as Kenny, because the guy was wrong. Instead of just going, wow, this guy's 6'6" and fucking borderline retarded. No offense, but people who don't know you think you're retarded.
Yeah.
It's like Lenny from Mice and Men going, could you move your car?
It was the battle of retards because that guy was obviously, you know,
it was probably, something wrong if he's
and I think
40 delivering pizzas.
I think people think that because of the small head, Kenny.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got...
It comes to a point almost.
I got a very small head because I got very little brains in them.
If you had a shaved head, it would be a little creepy for everybody.
Yes.
The hair makes it look like it's a little bigger up top.
Yeah.
I just don't
But that's what drove me nuts, was the way that guy was...
I don't like people that are phony bullies. It's phony bullies.
I agree.
Bullies are one thing. Bullies, you can't really fuck with. You're going to get your ass handed to you.
Absolutely.
And usually it's mano-y-mano kind of a thing. You know, it's a situation that happens. When your chick is involved, like I said, all bets are off. You got to do what you got to fucking do.
But it's not like the guy touched her.
Well, why don't we get...
Close enough, dude. Close enough to fucking spit rice in her face.
But dude, I've been that angry at somebody. Like, if some woman was doing that and I was in a rage for some reason, man, I would want to yell at her.
Why don't we get Travis's wife on the line?
Okay.
No,
ask Lisa if Travis is leaving something out.
Oh,
Hey.
What, Aunt?
I'm going to go get the smoothies.
Would you... no, it's Mike Cole saying menacing is a crime.
Of course it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Menacing.
Lisa,
Yeah.
what do you got to add to this whole thing?
Okay. What do I have to add? Oh, sorry. It's loud in here. Okay. Nothing. I was just going to say, like, this guy was right up in my face. And yes, I did yell at Travis. I'm sure he mentioned, because I wanted to see if he was going to do anything. Like, he literally, like Ann said, spitting rice in my face.
Well, hold on, sweetheart. Right there.
Wait, you said you yelled at Travis, too?
Yeah, because she didn't want me to get involved.
Right.
She wanted to see if he was going to hit
So what
her.
she just said, I wanted to see if he was going to do anything. So now what she was doing is she is testing another man. And now what kind of position does that put Travis in? He has to jump in, and he did.
But this isn't at the point. She didn't get out of the car going, I'm going to test the guy today and see if I could get punched. He already had started his fucking phony bullshit with her.
Exactly.
But Lisa, when you were pushing him, like, did you not read the fact... Like, because Travis saw the fact that the guy was a problem. And there are men that are there's, like, weird things. Like, the guy was obviously a fucking... He was fighting the urge to probably do something really stupid.
Yeah, although Travis didn't have a chance to see that he was a problem until he was already a problem.
Right.
Like, this all happened very quickly. I was, really polite. Like, I went up to the car and I was like, sir, we're waiting for this spot. We're going to pull in. And, he starts flipping out right away. Like, within 10 seconds, he was in my face. And Travis was, like, probably about 25 feet away getting a cart to bring over. So he abandoned the cart and came running. Like, there was no time for, like, assessing what Lisa, this guy was going to do.
Was he in your face at first, or did he say, I'm just going to be a couple of minutes, and then you were kind of like, when you said unfucking believable, then he got kind of crazy?
He was about 20 feet from me when I, like, I was kind of looking in Travis's direction because he was further than the guy. And I just went, like, threw my arms up, and I was like, unfucking believable. And then he comes running back at me with his finger out.
So that's none of his fucking business right there.
Of course.
She's addressing Travis.
And
like,
I'm not saying
this situation is unfucking believable.
I'm not saying the guy's not a prick either.
He comes in with his finger pointed in my face, and he's like, you don't fucking say that. You don't fucking open your mouth. You don't fucking talk like that. And I'm like, excuse me? I'm a grown woman. You don't tell me how to talk, sir. Like, what are you kidding me? And then he got even, like, more in my face.
Here's something else
jumped in.
I don't think Jimmy understands, because you're a peaceful guy. You don't...
Peaceful? Are you kidding me?
No, you're...
Wow. That was a very big misinterpretation.
I've never heard any
you under the
physical...
influence right now or something?
I've never heard any physical violence with you.
That's stupid.
You don't get in fights with people and stuff. So... You saying that this guy's a problem and you don't deal with people that are problems. You being you, anyone that comes up to you and wants to fight you is a problem. Because you don't put out this vibe and you don't make situations where people that aren't problems are going to want to hit you. So it's almost inconsequential to say the guy's a problem. If a guy is fucking in your wife's face yelling, he's a problem. But that's just the way these people are.
I don't mean just a problem like that. Because again, don't forget, I mean, on a nightly basis, you fucking make snap judgments when dealing with people like that when they're talking or heckling. Like immediately you're sizing people up, and you get a really weird feeling like, is there a violence potential? Because then you got to turn your face this way and have something thrown at you. So you're always, personally, I'm always dealing with people, and you have to make very quick decisions, and you kind of know that this guy's for real, and this is going to get fucking ugly, so I'll attack a certain, whatever. So to me, a problem is not a guy that reacts aggressively when you're arguing. A problem goes beyond that. Like a guy who is looking for something. Like, I'm not talking about just two people being pissed off at each other. I'm talking about, like, what he saw, which, and I believe that he saw.
Eyes.
There's something in the eyes which is just beyond it. Like, you fucking...
You
like
saw the eyes?
If I can jump in for a second, I don't even think this guy was, like intending to be a problem when he started. I think it was more that, he was on the defensive. Like, he knew he was doing something wrong to piss somebody else off and was just, like, got very defensive about it. Because, I mean, at one point, when he came back and started harassing us again, he had his key in his fist, like, ready to attack Travis.
Oh, the old key in the fist.
That means he couldn't fight, Travis.
I didn't see the key.
Hey, Lisa, I got to ask this
Pull out
question
a bat.
because I really don't know the answer to this because I haven't been in that situation. But as a woman, were you hoping Travis was going to punch this guy?
No, absolutely not.
Okay.
Because, I mean, baby, I love you and all, but Travis
I've already
is the
said
biggest
it.
guy.
But what do you think? Okay,
Wait, go ahead.
Anyway, I was going to say Travis isn't the biggest guy, so I kind of felt more confident in, like, taking a hit if need be because...
Oh, wow.
Then you're mad taking the guy on.
Oh, is that
Did you hear that, Travis? I hope you did.
I heard.
Let me explain.
Wait, let's slow down. Can you explain to Travis, just in case he doesn't understand what we
Well, your wife is saying that she's better suited to take a punch than you.
No, there's a good reason
Pretty much
why.
what she said in plain Canadian.
And now that explains the beard that you have grown.
It's two
The very full,
and they get into
I
a
look
physical
tougher beard.
argument. There's nothing. Like, it's two guys fighting, big deal. But if a man and a woman are in a verbal squabble and the woman gets hit, that's a big deal. That means other people are jumping in.
Well, that is true. I will give you that.
Yeah, but your husband jumped
I
it.
get to sue his ass, and I can use the money right now.
To me, right now, what you're doing...
I was shopping at Ikea.
I think Lisa is giving a nicer version because she's calm now. But I think that when you're arguing with a guy like that, and it's not just, I think you're putting him in Travis in a very bad position that could be avoided, that easily could be avoided.
By giving him his parking space, being shit on and stepped on by a bully,
but it's not that.
by a fucking bully who had a bad day because his cunt fucking wife is at home and he's got to go to Ikea and pick the shit up himself. Fuck that asshole.
I do agree with
Fuck
you.
him.
I agree with
His
you.
wife was actually there, too.
Oh.
Well, what? You guys should have
gotten in her face.
A tag team.
Well,
you should have taken on the wife.
Yeah.
We didn't see this.
In a tag team match, we're going to Ikea, and you're gonna catch hell. No chance in hell. That's right. Sukiyama is gonna be in his van with Ikea furniture. It's an Ikea match. Lisa, you realize... And the Canadian bruiser, Lisa. You realize you put Travis in a little danger there, right?
Little bit.
No. Anyway,
Little bit. Maybe a little bit. Little bit.
A little bit.
Well, she said at the end, she's like, I understand that you jumped in. I didn't want you to, but, you know, at least she understands that instinctively that's what a guy has to do.
And saying Happy Chinese New Year, I mean, that's just, like, I know, Anthony,
Funny.
you're right. The guy is a piece of shit. I'm not saying he's not.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with that. That's irrelevant. But if the guy is a fucking problem, he's this and he's wrong, it doesn't matter. When a guy pulls out a pistol, it's like people have this
That's a different story.
People have this veil of I'm going to be safe, and I'm not saying you can't fight if you have to fight. But when it can be avoided with a guy that you sense is a real problem, why wouldn't you avoid it?
Because I hate the thought of them leaving thinking they fucking won one over
I
on you.
agree.
Oh,
Jim,
I can't
exactly what I said.
fucking, for a month, I'll be biting my own fucking
what
cheek.
she said.
I agree. But you know what? I would rather have that than how many stories have you read about just guys that pull out pistols?
I mean, God bless you, and you're not wrong, but, man, when you're in that situation, it's really tough to take on your
draw fast, motherfucker. Better draw fast.
I slammed that guy's door in the cab, a week or so ago. He could have had a gun, he could have had a knife, but I was so enraged that, yeah, the smart thing would be to walk away. I will not disagree with that, but when you're in that situation, you're like, I gotta fucking do something now.
I'm not, but he did the right thing, and then nothing happened. I'm not a pacifist. I'm not saying you don't fucking fight a guy if he's in your woman's face, but I'm saying is, she, I think, was being very aggressive and pissed. Okay, fine, she doesn't take any shit, but not reading that guy well. Like, not being perceptive enough to read what that situation was.
Something happened, bully went home feeling he won.
Exactly.
So he can bully another day.
But a bully, he might have done that. He might have done that to a guy who was 6'5". That's what I'm saying. Like, a guy who's a problem is not really looking to pick on someone smaller. Like, because what he was doing, like, he was threatening the man. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? He might have done that.
I agree with you, but at the same time, like, when that other guy jumped in at the end.
Oh, he went after him too?
Yeah, he went right after him too. He would have taken on everyone.
That's what I'm saying. This is not about right and wrong. This is not about being a man. When's the last time anybody in this room had a fight? You avoid it when possible. Like when you're driving, you think I don't want to fucking run people. I had to bite my arm one time because I wanted to run somebody over. I physically wanted to run them over. It's stupid.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's not about, hey guys, walk away when you have to. But I'm saying is when your woman is arguing with a guy who she's not understanding what the situation is. I'm not talking about what your woman...
I fully understood what the situation was, and believe me, I didn't fight to my full potential either. Like, I toned myself down. I'm a hothead. I can't help myself.
Okay, but you're saying like what...
Travis.
You're saying what I wanted to see what he would do.
Poor Travis.
That's that veil of protection that pizza guy had when talking to Kenny. That's that veil, that weird veil that people have where they think nothing can happen to them. And it's like, people get shot over shit. Like that guy, did he understand who he was fucking shit-talking?
No.
Like when he was talking to Kenny?
Could have disassembled him right there.
It wasn't about that guy's brave enough to fight Kenny if he's in a rage. It was about that guy thinking he had some kind of a protective fucking shield in front of him. It's like when, it's like, it'd be like... It's just...
Yeah, people do in real situations, when it's not a movie or some article you're reading, they do think that they're impervious.
That's what I mean.
But there are certain situations where that takes a back seat.
You're right.
And before the confrontation, obviously Lisa shouldn't have mouthed off to a nut.
Right.
But once it happens... You're past the point of returning back to her not saying something. So now you're in a new situation. You're in defense mode.
Yes.
And you're in, this guy is a fucking asshole, and if there's an inkling he's gonna punch me, you gotta get him first.
I agree. I completely agree. But what Travis saw was a fucking guy who was a problem, and then you're in defense mode, of course, but, like, why not diffuse the situation? Because, first of all, if the guy...
By apologizing to this cunt that wanted to fucking...
He didn't apologize.
I didn't apologize.
He didn't apologize. He just diffused the situation.
Saying, sir, I don't want a problem with you and stuff is...
No, I didn't apologize for my wife. I didn't say, she shouldn't be talking like that. You're completely right,
Yeah.
He just diffused what could have been a violent situation against him that he would have lost. No offense, but he probably would have lost that situation. Because that guy was in a rage and he wasn't.
Let's go to Carl in Jersey. Carl, what's up?
Hey, what's happening?
Hey.
I walked over with you guys one day. It was just Jimmy and Kenny and Anthony. And a cab got real close to Jimmy's leg. And Jimmy, spit, either on the front of the cab or in front of the cab. And it's like, tell the guy, what are you going to do? What? Come on. And the guy inched the cab a little forward towards his knee. I just wonder what would have happened if the guy would have just stepped on the gas.
Well, okay, maybe I did something stupid. All right, I'm not saying I've never been guilty of it.
Oh, and what if that guy would have just punched Lisa right in the head and just drove away?
But that's the point I'm making, too, is that you, in a weird way... Like, if say he would have knocked Travis out and then punched her, it's almost like it's an avoidable situation with a guy who's a fucking nut. And if you send somebody's a nut, So
send him off to be a nut to other people, too. Fuck it.
But it's like, what's the? I mean, aside from the emotion, because I feel the same way you do. Fuck that.
What's the point? Not going home with your stomach in a knot that you didn't fucking punch this idiot, that you didn't leave him sitting on the ground.
Just said, right,
sitting on the fucking parking lot of Ikea on the ground with you driving home in your van laughing with your chick instead of him laughing with his fucking bound foot chick as they laugh about how they got away with fucking, no one pulls one over on me. Look what I did. Fuck him. Leave him bleeding. Fight dirty, too. Kick him in the balls and then bite his ear off.
See,
fuck him.
Ant's a small guy. Ant's a small guy and has dealt with these fucking bullies.
Dude, I'm huge.
Well, now you are.
Look
you
at my
got
pipes.
He wouldn't have said this before he started.
But I'm saying this is... Anthony's got that,
I got roid rage
He's
now.
got that
That's
rage,
right.
man.
Roid rage.
He's not going to ever be bullied again. He would shoot somebody before he allowed them to bully.
Absolutely.
But that's a reaction.
I'll go to prison first.
But that shouldn't skew your judgment.
I'll get fucked in the ass just so I can prove a point.
But remember when,
yeah, that's isolated. Thanks.
Remember when you and your chick had that problem and you got annoyed at her for running her mouth? You moved seats. You moved seats. You didn't stand up and say...
Girl on girl.
No, but I'm saying...
I couldn't do anything.
You also saw that the guys were going to be... It was a whole fucking thing that was going to happen that wasn't necessary if you just moved. Like, if you just... Because technically your girl was in the right because the other bitch was talking.
Yeah.
So it's almost like...
But me and the guy had, like, this camaraderie going. We were like... Because he was like, oh, shit. She put her in battle mode. And I'm like, yeah. Now, we got to watch as our chicks duke it out. He didn't want any part of getting into a fight with me or my girlfriend, but I couldn't help my girlfriend out, and this big Puerto Rican woman was going to fucking tear the shit out of my girlfriend. So that's why we got up and left.
Okay, because you saw that it was a
no-win
problem.
scenario.
No, but... You saw it was a problem, and it was able to be diffused. You didn't run away with your tail between your legs. You avoided fucking having a fist fight in a movie theater. You're 40.
Who was I punching?
When the girls get into it, you had to pull the girl off your
would have had to pull them apart.
Yeah, you would have had to.
It would have been something would have gone on.
It would have
yes.
gotten ugly.
And
you sensed that.
But it wasn't a guy. When it's a guy coming up to your girl, that's a fucking issue. This is a bully, a fucking...
Yeah.
They call us misogynistic. That's a woman hater. Who's there with his fucking submissive wife, who probably fucking walks on those wooden shoes.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
They have a paper house.
But you moved like you made the right move, because technically you guys were in the right. That bitch was yapping, and your chick was kind of like that, like right thinking, what the fuck?
All right,
yeah.
Man. So let me jump in here, because let me ask Jimmy this: would you ever, would you ever like have to hit a guy that was getting in the face of your chick?
Without a doubt. Of course I would.
Yeah, because, I mean, you're both sort of right. Like, I think every guy, sizes up the situation.
Yes.
I admitted that yesterday. I've told some crazy stories on the show, but like the dumb Frenchman underwater, I knew I could take the guy, especially in those rules. The guy that I slammed his leg
on Earth.
The guy where I slammed his leg with the cab door, I knew I could take him. But if it's some big, huge 6'4" black guy, kicking the car.
What does color have to come into this?
Well, kicking a car in...
right, because they could beat up white people.
Kicking the BMW in Philly recently because these fucking bitches were wearing head-to-toe furs. I knew I could take care of this crap.
Right.
So do you size it up?
It's hard to say if violence is happening, or if you're in protect mode like an animal. I don't think you can. I think you just react. Of course,
right.
Like he did when he jumped in front, like there's a problem, and then he saw.
Well, you confused a lot of people, though. You made it feel like you would never really.
No. Whoever was confused by that,
I don't know. I think it came across like that.
No, not at all.
It's a feedback.
But it sounds like the only situation you would step in on is if some guy completely unprovoked came up and hassled your chick.
No, not at all. But I would also be very angry at my chick for not reading the situation.
Absolutely.
And fucking, you have to diffuse the situation. It's almost like...
She has a job in this whole thing as well.
You're on the subway, right? And we've all been on the subway. Now, if some maniac puts his hands on your woman, of course you're gonna fucking attack him.
Yeah,
Let's say some crazy motherfucker's on the subway, and he's fucking jumping around, he looks at your girl, he goes, you fucking ugly bitch, and then walks away. What are you gonna do, go after him? You know he's a nut.
Well, he's crazy. He's not shopping at Ikea.
I understand the difference.
He probably smells like urine.
Point I'm making is you would size up that situation and immediately understand this is the right move to make. Doesn't mean you're being a faggot. The guy's got a problem, and you know he's got a problem.
Yeah, but that situation is a lot different than what Travis was saying.
Okay, you're talking a true nut.
Right.
That's a guy with a problem. And he's not leaving thinking he got a fucking, a good piece of you. He's walking away thinking he's on fucking Mars.
But who knows what this guy is thinking? And this only reason I'm saying that is because I don't care who agrees with me. Because the other guy that jumped in, the guy went right to him. It was like, that's a guy who's looking for something. That wasn't a guy who went, oh shit,
and he should have gotten it.
There's two men.
And he should have fucking gotten it.
I think he was a very insecure douche. If he really was going to do something, he would have punched.
He would have done something.
Travis, he would have pushed Lisa.
Of course.
He was a fucking pussy.
Kick him in the nuts and bite his cheek off.
And he won a
bite
battle.
his fucking cheek off.
He won a battle that he probably shouldn't have won. In my opinion, this is just how I'm seeing it. Because especially with the move where you put the keys in your hand and you got one poking out and stuff.
Hack.
That's
hack
shit.
movie shit.
All right, so what was the right move for Travis?
Instantly take the motherfucker out. I don't want to sound like I'm fucking Mr. Macho and shit, because given the same situation, I don't know what I would have done. Any situation is different. You don't know what you're going to do.
Right.
But a guy like that has to be fucking brought down to his knees immediately. The second he starts getting in your chick's face and then turns to you, you instantly punch him in the fucking nose. Instantly fucking punch him in the nose. And he's out of the fucking situation. God, problem solved!
No, what Travis should have done, seriously, is he should have blown his rape whistle.
All right. You carry it with you.
It's true. I didn't think of it.
Nathaniel, what's your take on it? You're obviously a very good fighter.
He wants to fight.
Dan would challenge him to a Call of Duty 4 match and kick his ass.
I'm not talking about Than personally, who can really take care of himself. I'm like, you reading Travis in that situation, and like, what should Travis?
Yeah, what should Travis have done? I'm having a rough one today, man.
I agree with you. I think violence is the last resort. And
all right, Sensei.
It's true, because too much, even if you, say you punch the guy, you go for the nose, you hit his cheek, and it glances off his face, and all you've done is really upset and started a fight with some psycho. You've gained nothing and lost, your
teeth.
All
right, do you go home?
Especially with, Travis's build.
Look, how about a punch and a kick to the balls at the same time and bite his throat? You gotta fight so fucking dirty.
It's really...
You really got... I don't fight clean. No fucking way.
None of us have had a fight in 20 years. None of us have. None of us have, because you think on a daily, as much rage as you have.
Any fight I've ever had has been very dirty.
Well, 'cause you're a small
except
guy.
when Boomer Esiason broke my arm. and he was big.
Yeah, but then you just fucking took it out on the Jets a bunch of years later.
That was a fight I should have stayed out of.
Yeah, if I thought there was no way to get out of violence, I would fight. I would balls first. Those are just big targets hanging there.
Right.
Yeah. And then I would absolutely fight, but I think if you can get out of it without actually getting hit or punching somebody, it's better.
But I'm not talking about being a doormat either.
You feel shitty when you leave the situation?
Yeah, but
I'm
an adult. You lose.
No.
You win, you lose.
Anthony, the only reason I'm disagreeing with you, the only reason is because of the way the situation started, which was with I love my girlfriend. Of course I would defend her. Of course I would defend her. Of course I would step in and punch somebody if I had to. Of course. But I would be very angry at her for having that fucking delusion of safety, like that I don't have. You don't have that delusion of safety, so that would annoy me that she perpetuated this situation.
I don't necessarily think that she did that thinking that I was gonna be there, because what she said, just unfucking believable, was nothing.
Yeah, unfucking believable is nothing.
I agree. It's nothing. The only time I was a little upset was when she said, Happy Chinese New Year, because that, as funny as it is,
very funny, by the way. Yeah. It's very funny.
I thought was really just going to send the situation.
By the way, Lisa,
over
that
the top.
still bothers that guy.
Oh yeah.
That one, so you did get
because that was below the belt. It couldn't have just been two human beings. You had to bring race into it.
Absolutely.
Wonderful move, by the way.
We
Wonderful
got
move.
another Travis on the line from Iowa. Travis from Iowa, what's up?
Yeah, I think you both are right, but I think what Jimmy's trying to say is, what Lisa, I can't remember her name, would have said that if Travis wouldn't have been there. That's what Jimmy's trying to say.
No, I'm not. No, dude.
I would have.
I think she probably would have. No, dude. I think you're misinterpreting me a little bit. I don't think that Lisa was wanting Travis. When I say the veil of safety, I don't think she was using Travis as that. But I'm saying in the same sense that guy was shit-talking Kenny. Like, what are you doing in the real world? Like, this is not a film. This is a real situation, and you're not reading it right. That's what, of course, you have to defend your woman, of course you do. But that is what would drive me crazy. Like, when my girlfriend does shit, like, she never argued with people, but she's very funny. And we're like, you know, we're walking one time, and this guy walked up a little behind us, just, you know, past us, and she went, oh! Like, she was scared, and I laughed. Yeah. But I'm like, don't fucking engage people in the fucking streets, stupid. It's really annoying because you don't. That's a weird situation, even though your motives aren't bad. Do not. I don't mean be a coward and fucking. I'm a dick. Like, if I have a fucking argument with a heckler, I, honest to God, will stand outside the door at the cellar. I don't want to fight the guy, but I'm not going to be cowed. Like, I'm not going to run upstairs. So I will literally stand outside the fucking clubs for like 5 minutes and say, well, if the guy wants to come out and say anything, I'm here. And that's only so I can go home at night and know that I didn't get heckled and run away.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's a stupid thing, but I have the same fucking ego as another man does.
I've spelt it out to my girlfriend, too. I've spelt it out. Don't fucking cause problems out on the street with anybody. Like, don't ever put me in a situation where I have to start swinging because of something you said.
Okay,
I've spelt it out.
Jump in, but I gotta get going.
All right,
all righty.
Have a good day, boys.
Go start trouble somewhere else.
Goodbye, you Canadian racist.
Troublemaker.